Now, today our lesson is talking about using corresponding parts of congruent triangles. Now, if we have this triangle and this triangle also, and it has an angle as an example, and I prove that these two triangles are congruent by A, S, A. Is it right? As you said before, if we have angle A, angle A, and a side that's between them, so I can use now this postulate ASA to prove that these two triangles are congruent. That's what we did in the previous lesson. Now, today, what we have to do? Today now, you know that these two triangles are congruent. If they are congruent, can I say that this angle is congruent with this angle? If they are congruent. Okay, I told you now here, like in the first lessons, I want you to prove that they are congruent. In this lesson, no, you have to go back. That, what does it mean? I told you that these two triangles are congruent, and I want you to go back to tell me yes, if they are congruent, so that's mean this angle are congruent with this angle, and this side are congruent with this side, and this side are congruent with this side, and so on. So in this lesson, you know that these two triangles are congruent. If they are congruent, so all the corresponding parts are congruent.
Teacher?
I have a question.
Yes.
Teacher, me too, I have a question.
Yes, Farah, ask me.
Okay. Teacher, for the triangles to be congruent, the angles or the side must be congruent to the other triangle, or the measurement of this triangle must be equal, or both?
Both of them. I told you the congruent, it have a same shape and same size. So the same measurement and the same shape.
And the measurement of the angle,
yes.
or
yes, the measurement.
same?
Yes, the measurement, because they have the same size and same shape. That's the meaning of the congruent. Yes, Huda.
Okay.
Who want to ask me?
How we will know me?
Yes, Huda.
How we will know if it's AAS or ASA?
Okay, I will tell you. Okay, so first, let's before that answer the question of Huda. Wait, please. Yara. Okay. Now, here, now for Huda, look here. If you have this triangle and another triangle, okay, for these two triangles, if you prove that you have angle, so you have prove that we have an angle, is it right? And if you have that we have another angle, so you have, or you write another angle, and you have an side, so you have a side. So I want now to know which postulate I used. The first thing I want you to know that we have S, 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 and SSA. and ASA and AAS. Here for this here, how many S are repeated?
The first one 3 times and the second one 2 times.
3 times, second
So,
one is 2 times.
what does it
Five
mean?
times.
Second 2.
Okay, so what does it mean?
The
Here it
first
means
one is
First one it have 3 sides and the second one have 2
look
sides.
here. So what does it mean?
has 2 sides.
Here, what does it mean? That means that if I see 2 sides, okay, that they are congruent. If I see 2 sides, at least that they are congruent, so I will not use these two. These two, I will not use it. The 3 and 4. If I have at least 2 sides, so that means I can use SSS and SSA. Then I will check the third part. If it is a side, I will use SSS. But if it's an angle, I will use SSA. Is it clear, Huda, now?
Yeah.
I look at the triangle. If you have at least 2 sides, I could use SSS or SSA. I will check the third part. If it is side, I will use SSS. And if it is angle, I will use SSA. Now, look now at the second one here. Here now, the repeated is A. So, if you have now 2 angles, not 2 sides at the first one, if you have 2 angles that they are congruent, so I want to go now to the 3 and 4. Here now, if you have at least 2 angles, I want to check the third one. It is a side. If this side is included between the 2 angles, like the previous triangles, I will say that I use ASA. But look at these 2 triangles here. I have angle and I have angle, so I will not use these 2 postulates. I will use these ASA and AAS. Now look at the other side. Is the side here is included between the 2 angles? Are they between them? This
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Who say yes? I'm talking about this
No,
side.
no.
This side. It's no. So I will use AS. Is it clear now?
Miss, طيب if it's A and this small line beside the A's, it will be ASA.
If the side you mean is included, like this,
Yeah.
yes, you will use ASA.
Okay. Thank you, Miss.
You're welcome.
Teacher,
Yes.
what if it was SAS?
SAS.
Yes.
Here it means that if you have these 2 triangles and you prove that you have a side, I will write it with another color. Wait, please. If you have proved that this side is congruent with this side and this side is congruent with this side and you have an angle, this angle is between them. So I prove, or I have a side and angle. If you have at least 2 sides, so I can use SSS or SSA. But here he told me about 2 sides only and an angle. Sorry, we name it as SAS, not SSA. SAS. And an angle that's between them. Since the angle is between them, so I can use SSA. or SAS?
Yes, teacher, it's because I got confused because it was written in SSA and it's SAS
No,
when we
it's
studied in the
SAS.
book.
SAS. Like this. But if the angle is here as an example, it's not included between them, I will not use any of the postulate because they are not congruent. Now, back to our lesson. Now, wait, please, I want to think of the question. Okay, if I told you now that, let's choose Basma now as an example. Basma is a girl. Basma is in grade 8. And Basmala, also she's a girl in grade 8. Both of them are in grade 8. So if I told you that if they are in grade 8 and they are in the same class, they are in grade 8 and they are in the same class, okay? Or, now my question is, are they have the same teachers?
No.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
Yes, yes, of course.
Yes. Are they have the same classes?
Yes, teacher.
The
Yes,
same lessons, I
of
mean?
course.
Yes.
yes, yes,
Like what also I can ask you? Are they have the same books?
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
yes,
Yes.
Here is the same for the triangle. If I told you, so since Basma is congruent with Basmala, they have the same grade. They are both of them have a grade 8. They have the same classroom, so they are congruent. Since they are congruent, so by default, okay, they have the same teachers, same classes, and same books. Because they are congruent, both of them are congruent, both of them are in grade 8, are in the same classroom, so by default, they have the same teachers, the same books, and the same classes. Here also, in the triangle, we will have the same. What does it mean? That's mean if you have two triangles like Basma and Basmala are congruent, are in grade 8, two triangles are congruent. I told you that they are congruent. Since they are congruent, so can I say that, so they are congruent, that means they are like in grade 8. Can I say that this angle and this angle, these two corresponding angles are congruent?
Maybe yes.
yes, teacher. Yes,
Not maybe.
yes,
Yes.
Yes.
I
Yes.
told you that they are congruent. Like both of the girls are in grade 8. So sure, they have the same teachers. Here also the same. These two triangles are congruent as an example by ASA, as an example, okay? Since they are congruent by ASA, so by default, any angle, any two corresponding angles are congruent. And any corresponding side also are congruent. Is it clear?
Means teacher, it will be each side is congruent to the other side.
Yes, and all the angles are congruent with another angle. Because as you see, if you have ASA or AAS or SSS or SAS, how many elements did you need? 3.
Yes.
S or A or S. or S or S or S or AS, like this. So you need at least 3. So or from this list, from these 3 elements, you can prove that the other 3 elements are congruent. Okay? I told you, since it is a triangle, and because it's a triangle, so I need 6 elements, as we said in the previous lesson. I need 6 elements to prove that these 2 triangles are congruent. But for the triangle, we have a postulate. If you choose as an example AAS, girls, who
Yes.
opened the WhatsApp? So what does it mean? That's mean if I, as an example here, if you have, let's make if you have this triangle and this triangle too, and I told you that they are congruent by SAS. Sorry. What does it mean? If they, I told you that it is given, okay, given that they are congruent by S, A, and S. If they are congruent now, can I say now that this side is congruent with this side? Sorry, these angles are congruent?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Can I say now this side is congruent with this side?
Yes.
Yes.
And what also? And this angle is congruent with this angle?
Yes.
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 So, no.
Yes.
Sorry. So what does it mean? For the triangle, we need 2n, as we say in the first lesson. 2n number of. So yeah, I mean, if I have a triangle, I need 6 elements. Okay. So if from this 6, I know that 3 are congruent, so that means the other 3 are congruent too. Is it clear?
Yes. Yes, teacher.
So
Yes.
if you know now
Yes,
two
teacher.
triangles are congruent, so that means I can know that every pair in the corresponding parts of the triangle are congruent. Let's see now problem 1. In this problem here, I have this triangle and I want you, oh, he told me that angle KBC is congruent to angle ACB. Angle K is congruent to angle A. I want you now to prove that KB, line segment KB, is corresponding to the line segment AC. Okay, this is the question now. Here, he didn't tell me prove that these 2 triangles are congruent. No, he gave me 2 sides are congruent, and he asked me, show me that KB is congruent to AC. Let's now draw them here. The first triangle is K, C, B, and we have B, C and A. He told me now angle KBC, this angle, is congruent to ACB. So suppose that here you have C and here you have B. Now, angle KBC is congruent to the angle ACB. So, angle KBC is congruent with angle ACB. It's given. Now, angle K is congruent with an angle A. Also, it's given. So here, for this type of question, I want now to do two things. The first one, I want to prove that these two triangles are congruent. So the first step, I want to make a proof that two triangles are congruent. The second step, I want you to prove that KB is congruent to AC. Okay? I want you now to prove that these two triangles are congruent, and then after I prove that they are congruent, prove this line segment. Look at the first, let's do the first thing here. I want you now to prove that these two triangles are congruent. If you know that these two angles are congruent, is it clear, or should I repeat?
Teacher, could you repeat again, please?
Yes, miss, again, please.
Right, okay. We here now, for this question, I want you to tell me that, or to show me that KB is congruent to the line segment AC. Line segment KB is congruent to the line segment AC. For this type of questions, you need two things. The first thing, you need to prove that the first angle is congruent to with the second angle. If you prove it, so by default, KB is congruent with AC. Like my question, if I told you that you have these data, if you look at Jude and Judy as an example, Jude and Judy have the same books. Jude and Judy have the same teachers. I want you to show me that they are in grade 8. Okay? The first proof here that I want you to show me that they are in grade 8. You told me, yes, since they have the same books, since they have the same teachers, and since they have the same classroom, yes, so they are in grade 8. So the first thing, you prove that they are in grade 8. And then you told me, yes, since they are in grade 8, so tomorrow, for sure, they have a reading quiz. That's my second proof. So I will repeat. Let's pick. Yes, okay, yalla, Yara and Judy as an example. Yara and Judy, I told you that Yara and Judy have the same, like here, I told you that you have two given data about them. Yara and Judy have the same teachers. Yara and Judy have the same books. You told me, okay, if they have the same books, and if they have the same teachers, you look at their classroom, you find that they have the same classroom. So you told me after I pick three things like ASA, AAS, SSS, SSA, and so on. You check the three things. After you prove these three things, you told me, yes, teacher. That's mean Yara is congruent with Judy by blah, blah, blah. So what does it mean? That means that Yara and Judy are in grade 8. This is the first thing. Then, after that, I told you, that doesn't mean that if they have the same books and same teachers and same classroom, it doesn't mean that they have, both of them have a science quiz on Thursday. You'll ask yourself, if they have the same books, if they have the same teachers, if they have the same classroom, so yes, they are in grade 8. And since they are in grade 8, they have a science quiz on Thursday. Is it clear?
Yes, Miss.
Yes,
Yes.
teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes.
Here, we have to do the same now. Here now, I told you that these two angles are congruent. I want first to show that these two triangles are congruent. Leave the proof now. I want you to show that the triangle KBC is congruent with the triangle KBC with ABC. This is the first step. I want you now to show me that they are congruent.
Miss, it is ACB.
Yes, ACB, thank you. So the first step, I want to show that they are congruent. Let's start. I know that angle K is congruent with an angle A. It's given, is it right?
Yes.
So angle KB, angle K is congruent with an angle A. It's given. The second step, he told me that also angle, this one, okay? This one and this one are congruent. It's given. Angle KBC is congruent with ACB. It's given too. And is it clear now? I just wrote the given information of which things that they are congruent. Now here, are these two elements are side or an angles?
Angles.
Angles.
They're angles.
Angles.
Since they have two angles, so it could be AAS or ASA, because I have at least two angles. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes.
So I have the first angle and I have the second angle. I want to search about a side. I need a side now. Let's search about a side here. Yeah. Look at these triangles here and tell me which two sides are congruent. Who can tell me which two sides are congruent?
BC.
It's
Side
BC.
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 Why BC?
Because of the
Because it's
reflexive
reflective.
Thank you. BC
property of
is
congruence.
congruent. BC is congruent with BC because of the reflexive
Yes, I don't understand
it. Why?
Probability.
property. So then,
Why BC with BC?
this one here, because it's a common side. I mean that, sorry, I mean that if you have this triangle and you draw it here, both of them have the same side. Is this side BC is a common between the two triangles?
Yes.
Yes, sorry Huda, sorry Farah. Is it
Yes,
common between them, ya Farah, ya Huda? Are these two triangles have the same side?
Yeah.
So they are congruent because they are the same. So
Okay,
now,
so if it's the same common, it should be BC with BC, or it's AB, right?
BC, no, without AB. BC is a congruent, or is a common here.
I know, but okay.
Okay. So by now, I know that I have at least two angles, so I must look about another side. Where's Linda? Linda? Okay. So now, here now, now here, I have two angles, so I must look about another side. Now look at this now. I have angle,
Side.
side. Now is this side is included between the two angles or not?
No.
Yes, the others. Are the side is included between angle K and angle B?
no,
Between
No,
the
no.
angle what?
no,
No.
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 Oh.
No, thank you. So since they are no, so I will say now that AS can work because the side is not included. So the triangle, can I say now the triangle KBC is congruent? KBC is congruent with ACB. Are they congruent?
No.
Why no?
Yes. They are
They
congruent.
are, yes.
Yeah, they are congruent by
Yes, they are congruent.
which we proved before that you have two angles and one side that they are congruent.
Teacher, I have a question. Can I?
Okay.
Wait, Basmala, 1 minute, please. So I proved that we have two angles that they are congruent and the another side. So I can say that by using AAS, my two triangles are congruent. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Now,
Yes.
after that, after I say that these two girls are in grade 8. So, can you tell me, or can you show me that they have a science quiz on Thursday?
Yes.
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 So, because
Yes,
these
teacher.
two triangles are congruent, so I can say now K line segment KB is congruent with the line segment AC, which is I want to prove from here.
Teacher, it can be parallel because parallel
This
lines.
was the same question I wanted to ask. Teacher, they're parallel. Can they be the same aside?
And they are making a side that's intersecting to the triangle.
Yes, if you want here to use the sides, you can. But here the questions is about triangle. I want you to use the postulate of the triangles to show me that they are congruent.
Okay, thank you, teacher.
I mean, teacher, they are asking for triangles, so we will not say anything about the parallel.